All right, so we are in Portland, Maine today, about an hour and a half from where we live, and it is the first week of April, and it's about 60 degrees today, and a beautiful day, and we think we're going to do a little lighthouse tour for everybody, starting here at the Portland Headlight and hitting up a couple other lighthouses in the area. Don't ask me what the names of those ones are, but we're at Portland Headlight right now, and we'll kind of take a tour around here. This is the lighthouse and some other abandoned buildings and some cool stuff to look at, so we'll plan on doing that and maybe hitting Old Orchard Beach here later in the day. It's supposed to snow tomorrow, so it's a tale of 2 days here in Maine. 60 degrees one day and 30 degrees and snowing the next. But for today, we'll enjoy this great spring weather and take you along. So here we are at Portland Headlight, and there's two lighthouses here actually. That one, a really cool one, and then there's that one over here that not really quite as pretty, but cool, and you obviously can't walk out to it, but you can get to it by boat, and we're not going to do that today, but yeah, 1, 2. In case you get lost, there's a map or a compass. In case you get lost, there's a compass. So in addition to the lighthouse here at Fort Williams Park, we also have lots of historical buildings from when the fort was built here, and we'll show you a couple of those now. This was the original building where the Bachelor's show was filmed, as my wife told me. Yes, this is the Bachelor's office quarters. So they decided after the first season that this wasn't the most tropical area to film The Bachelor in, so now they obviously film it in a lot more tropical paradise-like areas.
Now it's a chiropractic office.
Now it's a chiropractic office, yes. So this is one of, or the only remaining battery at Fort Williams, and it's got a wall of information on it, and you can actually climb to the top of the battery by a ladder over here, which my wife is already doing gracefully, kind of. How's the view?
It's the same as over there.
It's the same as over there, but higher, yeah.
Yeah, you can just scoot down there.
And for those of you that have been wondering, here is the topless beach in Portland, Maine.
Topless.
Topless.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Only a select few will do it this time of year, though.
hardcore ladies.
The real hardcore ladies, exactly. Yep. Swim at your own risk. Topless sunbathe at your own risk. This is definitely not a sandy beach. And here's another section of the barracks and fort at Fort Williams Park. Back in the colonial days, or actually I guess a little bit past the colonial days when this was first built, they used to write their names actually on the buildings to identify who was in the barracks. That tradition holds true today, actually, and today's youth has taken it upon themselves to also write on the barracks so they can identify themselves. So it's a little piece of history and a little known fact for you there. Welcome to the Holiday Inn.
I feel smarter already.
That's right.
Is it the Holiday Inn you feel smarter?
Might be the Motel 6. They forgot to leave the light on for you. I love how they decorated the place, though. It's beautiful.
It's further back, so it is probably.
Welcome to my summer home. The rent is pretty cheap for the area. My summer home has a very open floor plan concept. It's very modern. This is actually where the bedroom, kitchen, living room, and the bathroom are. Bathroom's over there on the right-hand corner. All right, so stop number 2 on the Lighthouse tour in Portland is Spring Point Ledge Light on the campus of Southern Maine Community College. So we are gonna walk out there on the breakwater and take a look. So there it is, Spring Point Ledge, with a great view of the city of Portland in this direction. And then over here you have Southern Maine Community College. And then over here, way off in the distance, you actually have Portland Headlight, and a lot closer, my wife, yes. And over here there is a fort that I can never remember the name of. And then over here behind the lighthouse is Peaks Island. And then there's another fort on this side of the lighthouse that I also don't ever remember the name of. But this is a really cool walk along the breakwater, and really pretty sightseeing actually. It's good on a warm day. Thankfully today's warm. You know what I find crazy about this? Is that all these rocks were brought here by horse and buggy. It's insane.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, because the horses had to swim out here with these rocks. It's just, it's crazy to think about. Of course, horse and buggy. What else have they done? Dogs?
Boats?
Nah, probably not. Probably horses. All right, stop number 3 is at Bug Light, which is behind me somewhere. But first I wanted to show you this tribute or something or other to the Liberty ships of Portland. It's actually pretty cool because it's in the form of a ship, so we'll take a look. thing about all these lighthouses is that they are actually within like a 5-minute drive of each other. So if you're one that doesn't really like to drive around all day to find these things, you really don't have to in Portland. They are literally within 2 or 3 miles of each other. So you could even walk it if you're really ambitious, which I'm not, but you could. Right?
Yes.
See? It's a bonus lighthouse, which is outside of the Cape Elizabeth Lobster Shack, which is famous for lobster, which I will never ever try. But the chicken fingers were decent. I wouldn't say they're the best ones I've ever had, but they were decent. But it's a really nice location. And in a minute, I'll show you the real lighthouse. The traditional Maine lunch. Chicken fingers and french fries. Alright, lighthouse stop number 4 at the Two Lights State Park, I should say, in Cape Elizabeth, which is about a 10-minute drive outside of Portland. But there is one lighthouse, and we have yet to actually find the second lighthouse, but if we do that, we'll let you know. But apparently you're supposed to be able to see 2 lighthouses from here, besides the fake one that I already showed you. Yep, see, just one lighthouse that I can see. All right, I found it. 2 lighthouses. That one, and then that little one right on the horizon, right there. So, not sure if it's as exciting as I thought it was going to be, but there is definitely 2 lighthouses. So that brings our total up to 5.5 if you want to count the fake one that we already saw. And I think that's the end of our Portland Lighthouse tour, because I don't think there is any more. If there is, they're hiding even more than that one, so yay! All right, so we are gonna end this day with a nice walk along Crescent Beach, which is about probably 15 minutes outside of Portland, but it's a nice alternative to Old Orchard Beach, which is always overcrowded, at least in the summertime. And so yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And hope you guys all enjoyed this video of our nice, beautiful state of Maine.